Is your intimate engine struggling to start? Are you finding yourself avoiding intimate moments because your body simply won't respond the way it used to? If you're over 60 and feeling like your manhood is slowly slipping away, you're not alone. Millions of men your age are silently battling the same devastating reality: weak erections, diminished desire, and the crushing fear that their most intimate moments are becoming a thing of the past. The spark that once defined your virility seems to have dimmed, leaving you feeling less like the confident man you once were. But what if I told you that the solution isn't hiding in some expensive prescription bottle, but sitting right there on your kitchen shelf? What if 3 simple superfoods could reignite that lost flame and restore your masculine confidence? Your age doesn't have to mean the end of your intimate life. The shame runs deeper than anyone realizes. You lie awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this is just how it's going to be from now on. The woman beside you, whether she's your wife of decades or someone new you're trying to impress, deserves better than the struggling, uncertain man you've become. You remember when passion was effortless, when your body responded instantly to desire, when confidence flowed through your veins like pure electricity. Now, every intimate encounter feels like rolling dice, never knowing if your body will cooperate or leave you feeling humiliated and defeated. The fear of failure has become so overwhelming that you've started avoiding intimacy altogether, creating distance where there should be closeness. This isn't just about physical performance, it's about losing your identity as a man, your dignity, your very essence of what made you feel alive and powerful. The silence is perhaps the most devastating part of all. You can't talk to your friends about this. Real men don't discuss their bedroom failures, right? You certainly can't bring it up with your doctor without feeling embarrassed. And the thought of admitting to your partner that you're struggling feels like surrendering your manhood entirely. So you suffer in isolation, watching younger men with envy, feeling like you're becoming invisible, irrelevant, forgotten. Every commercial for little blue pills feels like a personal attack, a reminder that you're broken and need artificial help just to be a man. The confidence that once carried you through boardrooms and social gatherings has evaporated, replaced by a constant anxiety about whether tonight will be another night of disappointment. This isn't how your story was supposed to unfold. You deserve better than this quiet desperation, and more importantly, there's still hope for reclaiming what you've lost. I'm Dr. Megan Fischer, and I've dedicated my career to helping men over 65 reclaim their vitality, dignity, and masculine confidence. For over 2 decades, I've witnessed the silent epidemic that's robbing millions of men of their intimate satisfaction and self-worth. In my practice, I've seen strong, successful men reduced to shadows of themselves, convinced that aging means accepting defeat in the bedroom. But here's what the pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know. Your body still has the capacity for incredible passion and performance, even well into your 70s and beyond. The key isn't found in synthetic chemicals or expensive procedures. The real solution lies in understanding how to fuel your body's natural systems, how to reignite the spark that's still burning within you. Through years of research and clinical experience, I've discovered that 3 specific superfoods can act as premium fuel for your masculine engine, restoring circulation, boosting testosterone naturally, and bringing back the confident, virile man you've always been. My approach isn't about quick fixes or false promises. It's about respecting your intelligence, your experience, and your right to enjoy intimate satisfaction regardless of your age. Too many doctors dismiss men's concerns about declining performance as normal aging, but I refuse to accept that narrative. Normal doesn't mean optimal, and settling for less than your best is never the answer. You've earned the right to feel alive, desired, and capable. Your decades of hard work, your wisdom, your life experience, none of that should be overshadowed by struggles in the bedroom. In my clinic, I've helped hundreds of men just like you rediscover their sexual confidence using nothing more than strategic nutrition and lifestyle modifications. The science is clear, the results are dramatic, and the transformation is often faster than most men expect. Your intimate life isn't over, it's simply waiting for the right fuel to reignite the flame that's still burning deep inside your masculine core. The cruel reality of aging isn't just about wrinkles or gray hair, it's about the gradual shutdown of the very systems that make you feel most alive and masculine. Starting around age 40, your testosterone levels begin declining by roughly 1% each year. By the time you reach 65, you're operating on roughly 60% of the hormonal fuel you had in your prime. But testosterone is just the beginning of the story. Your circulatory system, the intricate network of blood vessels that should be delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell in your body, begins to narrow and weaken. The same cardiovascular changes that affect your heart and brain are simultaneously sabotaging your intimate performance. Plaque builds up in arteries, blood flow becomes sluggish, and the robust circulation that once powered rock-solid erections becomes a mere trickle. Meanwhile, chronic inflammation, the silent fire burning throughout your aging body, damages delicate tissues and further impairs your body's ability to respond to arousal. This isn't failure, it's biology working against you. The cascade of physical decline creates a vicious psychological cycle that can destroy even the strongest man's confidence. When your body fails you once, anxiety creeps in. When it happens twice, doubt takes root. By the third or fourth time, you're so focused on potential failure that you've created a self-fulfilling prophecy of dysfunction. Your brain, which should be your most powerful sexual organ, becomes your worst enemy. Stress hormones like cortisol flood your system, further suppressing testosterone and constricting blood vessels. Sleep becomes restless as anxiety keeps you awake, worrying about tomorrow's potential humiliation. Your partner begins to notice your distance, your reluctance to initiate intimacy, your defensive responses when physical affection is offered. What started as a physical challenge has now infected your emotional well-being, your relationship, and your fundamental sense of self-worth. The confident man who once walked tall and proud now second-guesses every interaction, every touch, every moment that might lead to intimacy. This spiral must be stopped before it destroys everything you've built. The medical establishment has convinced millions of men that their only option is pharmaceutical intervention, expensive pills with dangerous side effects that treat symptoms while ignoring root causes. These medications may provide temporary relief, but they don't address the underlying circulatory damage, hormonal imbalance, or nutritional deficiencies that created the problem in the first place. Worse yet, many men discover that these synthetic solutions lose effectiveness over time, requiring higher doses or more frequent use. The side effects can be severe, dangerous drops in blood pressure, heart complications, vision problems, and the psychological dependency that comes from believing you can't perform without chemical assistance. Meanwhile, the real culprits, poor circulation, depleted testosterone, and systemic inflammation, continue wreaking havoc throughout your body. You deserve a solution that addresses the root cause, not just the symptoms. You deserve an approach that makes your entire body healthier, not just your bedroom performance. Most importantly, you deserve to feel confident in your own natural ability to satisfy and be satisfied, without relying on artificial enhancement. The isolation compounds the problem exponentially. Men your age were raised in an era where discussing intimate challenges was considered weakness, where seeking help for bedroom problems was seen as admitting failure as a man. So you suffer in silence, convinced you're the only one struggling, believing your problem is unique and shameful. You avoid conversations with friends, deflect your partner's concerns, and pretend everything is fine while dying inside. This isolation robs you of the support, understanding, and solutions that could transform your life. You begin to feel like damaged goods, like a broken man in a world of functioning males. The confidence that once defined your professional success, your social interactions, and your personal relationships begins to crumble. You start declining social invitations, avoiding situations where intimacy might be expected, and gradually withdrawing from the life you've built. This isn't living, it's merely surviving, and you deserve so much more than survival. Your intimate challenges don't define your worth as a man, your value as a partner, or your potential for future satisfaction and joy. Let me tell you about Robert, a 68-year-old retired engineer who came to my office last year feeling completely defeated. He'd been married to his wife Sarah for 43 years, and their intimate life had been the cornerstone of their relationship until recently. Over the past 2 years, Robert had experienced increasingly unreliable erections, leaving him anxious and Sarah feeling rejected and confused. He'd tried the conventional medications, but they left him with terrible headaches and didn't address his underlying lack of energy and desire. Robert was convinced his marriage was doomed, that Sarah would eventually give up on him, and their decades of love would crumble because he could no longer perform like the man he used to be. He'd stopped initiating any physical contact, afraid it might lead to another embarrassing failure. Sarah had begun sleeping in the guest room, not out of anger, but to avoid putting pressure on Robert, which only made him feel more isolated and broken when he walked into my office. This accomplished man who had designed bridges and managed teams looked defeated, ashamed, and ready to accept that his intimate life was over. Robert's transformation began with understanding that his struggles weren't character flaws or permanent disabilities. They were symptoms of treatable nutritional and circulatory deficiencies. Within 3 months of implementing the superfood protocol I'm about to share with you, Robert's energy levels soared. His morning erections returned with a strength he hadn't experienced in years. More importantly, his confidence rebounded, and he began initiating intimacy with Sarah again. The headaches from medication disappeared because he no longer needed artificial enhancement. His blood pressure improved, his sleep became deeper and more restorative, and his overall vitality transformed. Sarah later told me that she felt like she'd gotten her husband back, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally as well. Robert's success story isn't unique. In my practice, I've witnessed hundreds of similar transformations in men who thought their intimate lives were finished. The key wasn't accepting defeat or relying on synthetic solutions. It was providing his body with the specific nutrients needed to restore natural function, circulation, and hormonal balance. Robert now describes himself as feeling more alive and confident than he has in a decade. Then there's Michael, a 72-year-old widower who thought his days of intimate connection were permanently behind him. After losing his wife of 45 years to cancer, Michael had spent 3 years in emotional and physical isolation. When he finally met Carol at a community center and felt sparks of attraction again, he was terrified that his body wouldn't be able to respond to these new feelings. Years of grief, stress, and neglecting his health had left him feeling like a shell of his former self. His attempts at intimacy with Carol were disasters that left him humiliated and convinced he was too old to start over romantically. Michael had resigned himself to a life of companionship without passion, believing that physical intimacy was a young man's game. The shame was overwhelming. Here was a woman who cared about him, who found him attractive and interesting, and he couldn't offer her the complete relationship she deserved. He considered ending their relationship rather than continuing to disappoint her, convinced that his inability to perform made him inadequate as a romantic partner. Michael's journey back to masculine confidence began when he implemented the nutritional strategies I recommended. The transformation wasn't just physical, it was a complete renaissance of his self-image and life satisfaction. Within weeks, he noticed increased energy and mental clarity. His morning stiffness improved, his mood lifted, and most importantly, his body began responding to arousal the way it used to. The first time he and Carol successfully shared intimate moments, Michael told me he felt like he'd been reborn as a complete man again. The anxiety that had plagued their relationship disappeared, replaced by confidence and genuine excitement about their physical connection. Carol later shared that Michael's transformation had strengthened their entire relationship. His renewed vitality affected every aspect of their time together, from dancing to traveling to simply enjoying quiet evenings at home. Michael often says that discovering these natural solutions didn't just improve his intimate life, it gave him permission to fully embrace this new chapter of his life with enthusiasm and confidence, instead of resignation and fear. The science behind masculine vitality and circulation is both fascinating and encouraging. Your body's ability to achieve and maintain strong erections depends on a complex interplay of hormonal signals, neurotransmitter function, and most critically, robust blood flow. When arousal begins, your brain sends signals that trigger the release of nitric oxide, a powerful molecule that causes blood vessels in your intimate areas to dilate dramatically. This dilation allows blood to rush into specialized chambers, creating the firmness and size that define masculine performance. However, this entire system depends on healthy circulation, optimal hormone levels, and the availability of specific nutrients that many men unknowingly become deficient in as they age. Harvard Medical School research has demonstrated that the same cardiovascular health principles that protect your heart also directly impact your intimate function. When circulation improves throughout your body, every organ system benefits, including the delicate vascular networks that control erection quality and duration. The encouraging news is that this system remains remarkably responsive to proper nutrition, even in men well into their 70s and beyond. The hormonal component of masculine vitality involves much more than just testosterone, though that remains critically important. Your body produces testosterone primarily during deep sleep, which is why sleep quality directly impacts your intimate function and overall energy levels. But testosterone works in concert with other hormones like DHEA, growth hormone, and insulin-like growth factor to maintain muscle mass, bone density, and sexual function. Additionally, your body needs adequate zinc to produce testosterone, selenium to protect against oxidative damage, and magnesium to support hundreds of enzymatic reactions involved in hormone production. Many men are unknowingly deficient in these crucial minerals, especially as digestive efficiency declines with age. The neurotransmitter dopamine plays a crucial role in sexual desire and motivation, while adequate levels of the amino acid arginine serve as a precursor to nitric oxide production. When you understand these interconnected systems, it becomes clear that supporting masculine vitality isn't about taking a single magic pill. It's about providing your body with the comprehensive nutritional support needed to restore optimal function across multiple biological pathways that have been compromised by years of inadequate nutrition. The inflammation factor cannot be overlooked when discussing age-related intimate dysfunction. Chronic, low-grade inflammation acts like a slow-burning fire throughout your body, damaging blood vessels, reducing hormone production, and interfering with the delicate neurological signals required for arousal and performance. This inflammation often stems from poor dietary choices, environmental toxins, chronic stress, and the natural aging process itself. However, specific nutrients have been scientifically proven to reduce inflammation while simultaneously supporting the exact biological systems needed for robust intimate function. Antioxidants like those found in deeply colored fruits and vegetables protect your blood vessels from damage while improving circulation. Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammatory markers while supporting healthy hormone production. Specific plant compounds called flavonoids have been shown in clinical studies to improve endothelial function, the health of the inner lining of your blood vessels that's crucial for proper erection mechanics. When you combine anti-inflammatory nutrition with circulation-supporting foods, you create an internal environment where masculine vitality can flourish naturally, without the need for synthetic enhancement or pharmaceutical intervention. The Mayo Clinic has published extensive research demonstrating that men who maintain optimal nutrition well into their later years experience significantly better intimate function compared to those with poor dietary habits. Their studies show that specific nutrients can literally reverse some of the circulatory damage that accumulates over decades of suboptimal nutrition. The research is particularly encouraging because it demonstrates that it's never too late to see dramatic improvements. Men in their 70s and 80s who implemented targeted nutritional strategies showed measurable improvements in circulation, hormone levels, and intimate function within just a few months. The key lies in understanding which specific foods provide the highest concentrations of the nutrients your body needs most urgently. These aren't exotic superfoods that cost a fortune or require special preparation. They're readily available, affordable options that can be incorporated into meals you already enjoy. The difference between men who maintain strong, intimate function into their later years and those who struggle isn't genetics or luck. It's consistent access to the specific nutrients that fuel masculine vitality and circulation. Now, let me share the 3 superfoods that can serve as premium fuel for your masculine engine, reigniting the spark that may have dimmed but never truly disappeared. The first superfood is pomegranate, nature's most potent circulation enhancer. Pomegranates contain incredibly high concentrations of antioxidants called collagens, which have been shown in clinical studies to improve blood flow by up to 30% within just 4 weeks of regular consumption. These compounds work by protecting and repairing the delicate endothelial cells that line your blood vessels, essentially restoring your circulatory system's ability to deliver blood efficiently to every part of your body, including the areas most critical for intimate performance. Harvard researchers have found that men who consume pomegranate juice regularly show significant improvements in arterial health and erectile function. Think of pomegranate as a master mechanic for your circulatory system, cleaning out the accumulated damage and restoring smooth, powerful blood flow. Just 1 cup of pomegranate seeds or 8 ounces of pure pomegranate juice daily can begin reversing years of circulatory decline, reigniting the flame of your masculine vitality. The second superfood is wild-caught salmon, which serves as pure fuel for testosterone production and hormonal balance. Salmon provides the highest quality omega-3 fatty acids available in nature, specifically EPA and DHA, which are essential for hormone synthesis and reducing the inflammation that suppresses testosterone production. Additionally, salmon is rich in vitamin D, a nutrient that acts more like a hormone in your body and is crucial for maintaining optimal testosterone levels. Zinc, another critical mineral abundant in salmon, is required for every step of testosterone production and has been shown to increase levels by up to 40% in deficient men. But salmon offers even more benefits for masculine vitality. It contains high levels of the amino acid arginine, which your body converts directly into nitric oxide for improved circulation. The high-quality protein in salmon also supports muscle mass and strength, which naturally boosts testosterone levels. Think of salmon as rocket fuel for your hormonal system, providing everything your body needs to produce optimal levels of the hormones that make you feel strong, confident, and vibrantly alive. Eating salmon twice weekly can transform your energy levels and intimate function. The third superfood is dark chocolate with at least 70% cacao content, which acts as a powerful ignition system for your intimate engine. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, particularly epicatechin, which has been shown to improve circulation more effectively than many prescription medications. These compounds work by increasing nitric oxide production and improving the flexibility of blood vessels, creating the robust blood flow essential for strong, reliable erections. Dark chocolate also contains phenylethylamine, a compound that naturally boosts mood and desire by triggering the release of endorphins and dopamine, the same neurochemicals involved in falling in love. Additionally, the magnesium in dark chocolate supports testosterone production while reducing stress hormones that can interfere with intimate function. Studies have shown that men who consume dark chocolate regularly experience improved mood, reduced anxiety, and enhanced sexual satisfaction. Think of dark chocolate as the spark plug for your masculine engine. It provides the immediate boost in circulation and mood that can transform an ordinary evening into an extraordinary intimate experience. Just 1 ounce of high-quality dark chocolate daily can reignite passion and performance while satisfying your desire for something delicious and indulgent. These 3 superfoods work synergistically to address every aspect of masculine decline that affects men over 60. Pomegranate repairs and protects your circulatory system. Salmon fuels optimal hormone production, and dark chocolate provides the immediate spark for enhanced mood and performance. When consumed together as part of your regular diet, they create a powerful internal environment where masculine vitality can flourish naturally. The beauty of this approach is its simplicity and sustainability. You're not taking dozens of supplements or following complicated protocols. You're simply incorporating 3 delicious, readily available foods that happen to be exactly what your body needs to restore the confidence and capability you thought you'd lost forever. The effects build over time, with many men noticing improvements in energy and mood within the first week, enhanced circulation within the first month, and significant improvements in intimate function within 8 to 12 weeks. This isn't about quick fixes or temporary solutions. It's about restoring your body's natural ability to produce the hormones, circulation, and neurochemical balance that define masculine vitality. Your age becomes an asset rather than a limitation when you provide your body with the premium fuel it deserves. Your intimate life isn't over, it's simply waiting for the right fuel to reignite the flame that's still burning within you. Every day you wait is another day of accepting less than you deserve, another day of allowing doubt and insecurity to define your self-worth as a man. You've spent decades building a life, developing wisdom, and accumulating experiences that make you more interesting and attractive than you've ever been. Don't let temporary physical challenges rob you of the confidence and satisfaction that should define these golden years. Your manhood isn't measured by your age, it's demonstrated by your willingness to take action, to refuse defeat, and to reclaim what's rightfully yours. The spark of masculine vitality that made you successful in business, attractive to your partner, and confident in social situations is still there, waiting to be rekindled. These 3 superfoods aren't just nutrition. They're a declaration that you refuse to accept diminished capacity as inevitable. You're choosing to fuel your body with exactly what it needs to restore the strength, confidence, and intimate satisfaction that make you feel truly alive and proudly masculine. I want to hear from every man watching this video. In the comments below, tell me which of these 3 superfoods surprised you the most, and which one you're most excited to incorporate into your daily routine. Are you a pomegranate man, ready to supercharge your circulation? A salmon enthusiast, eager to fuel your testosterone naturally? Or are you drawn to the dark chocolate approach, looking for that immediate spark of enhanced mood and performance? Your choice matters because it represents your commitment to reclaiming your masculine vitality and refusing to accept defeat. Share this video with other men in your life who deserve to know that their intimate struggles aren't permanent and their best days aren't behind them. Subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell because I'm committed to providing you with the science-based practical solutions you need to feel confident, capable, and fully alive at every stage of your life. Together, we're building a community of men who refuse to let age define their limitations and who understand that true masculinity means taking control of your health, your satisfaction, and your future. Your dignity and virility are worth fighting for.